Hey everybody, Ian Bremmer here, and a response to a question that I have gotten. Ian, were you serious about the breadline? What I was talking about, this was a post that went quite viral. About the post said, waiting in breadline in New York City, Mamdani effect already starting. And it was me in line over the weekend in the morning, right after a run, but still very early, with a whole bunch of people in front of me waiting for bread. So it was a photo of the bread line in New York City, Mamdani effect already starting. And people went nuts. Thousands and thousands of comments, some of which quite enjoyed the post, some of which less so. And of course, the critiques are always more fun to read out. I'll give you a few of them. Here's one. That's crazy, dude, because the man hasn't even started yet. If it wasn't for pushing misinformation and just total bullshit, you'd have no content. The goal of your daily is to lie. It's another one. A third, it's a bagel place, loser. Try again, gaslighting moron. Hey, man, I know how much you're getting criticized for this post. I just want you to know I appreciate how much effort it took to be this fucking stupid. I quite like that. And my favorite, which I had to, which was a DM. The others were all public, but this one was such a good DM that I had to post it out. It's not a breadline. You lying fuck. You just took some random photo of a bagel shop and added your own narrative. Go stick a plunger up your ass. Thank you. And the best part of that post or that DM was the thank you. I just like that it ends with thank you. I mean, it's like that's that shows the humanity, right? At the end of the day, no matter how much vitriol, we have to remember essentially say thank you, right? I mean, like Vance and Zelensky get this at the end of the day. So can my trolls and me. So, did I actually mean it? Was I serious about the breadline? Well, let's take both alternatives. First, the if I were not serious about the breadline. Number one, it is indeed a bagel shop, and if you look at the door, it says Apollo Bagels. Those are, doughy things. They're bread, and people are standing in line for bagels. You might not know that that's an artisanal bagel shop, but it is kind of a bagel shop, kind of specialty. It's it's a bagel shop that we're standing in line for bagels. Okay, that's number one. Number two, the people are happy in the line. They're standing around, they're smiling, they're gathering. It does not feel very austere. It's not a Soviet style bread line. It doesn't feel like communism. It feels like kind of an engaged social thing. Number three, the people are less in line than they are kind of standing around and petting a
Was that
puppy.
good,
So there are a
boys?
number of people in front of me, but the puppy is getting a little more attention than the waiting for the bread. So that number four, Mamdani is not actually mayor yet. He is going to be mayor. He won. That is not surprising. It should have been obvious to everyone. No, he is not a communist. And he is going to be in place in January. Now, you could argue that you have to be stockpiling in advance, that if you're concerned about communism and breadline, you need to get the bread early. But even so, like 2 months early, that bread is going to be stale. Even bagels, even artisanal bagels, usually, I mean, you can freeze them, but still, I would think that closer to the date, I don't think you would necessarily stockpile 2 months out. But okay, that could go either way. And then I have a viral puppet show that actually portrays political figures of all political stripes, left, right, democratic, authoritarian, you name it, as cute puppets. So there's an inkling, and it's even on my header, so that you might have an inkling that sometimes there is humor, sometimes there's humor, there is satire, occasionally might happen. So that is the argument in favor of not being serious about the breadline. In favor of being serious about the breadline, Number one, you are so wound up and angry and politically directed that none of these other things matter because we cannot make fun of them. Politics is too serious to make fun of. Do not make light ever, because it is only important that you are aligned with your political side. And if you hear something that is not in line with your political side, you must oppose it. And that is, in fact, you should cancel it. You should definitely unfollow it, and maybe stick a plunger up your rear. There is that. Now, if you fall into the latter camp, and there are some of you out there that do, I am here to help, because it's not actually that bad. I know it feels bad. The headlines feel horrible. The disinformation feels horrible. But I started as a student studying the former Soviet Union. And that's where there were actual bread lines, number one, not bagel lines. There were actually communist dictators in charge, not Mamdani, who's not a communist. They had, not only did they have absolute authority over their citizens, but they would throw you in jail. They would hurt you. They would go after your family if you were seen as not with the program politically. And so it was a matter of life and death. Their politics were deathly serious, and people were a lot poorer, and they had a lot less. That's all you had. And yet, some of the most extraordinary humor, some of the most extraordinary satire came from that period, came from people living under Soviet brutality that had the ability, even the necessity, to laugh about tragedy and brutality. And that shows that no matter how bad the political control and no matter how much you don't believe in those people, that you maintain your humanity, and they can't break you. They can't control you because you have the ability to not take what they want to be taken seriously as seriously. You maintain your individualism. And we aren't there in the United States. We aren't close. You know why we aren't close? Because we don't have breadlines, because we live in the wealthiest society in the world and are incredibly fortunate for that and should be grateful despite all the political dysfunction. And I don't think we'll ever get to the conditions that those Soviet citizens had in the 80s when I first traveled there. But if God forbid we do, I think it'll become even more essential to be able to share humor about it, because that's what's going to give us some connection. So for those of you I upset and offended, I apologize. I did not mean to upset and offend you. I am here to help. I wish to help offend and upset you less in the future with very similar humor, because I can't change that. But perhaps I can change the way we engage in all of this going forward. And for most of you who recognized that it wasn't something to get too worked up over, thank you for your support. Talk to you soon. Be good.